name's Kim Martin. I'm going to show you how to do 3 different types of passes with a rugby ball. One's going to be from your left side, one's going to be from your right side, and then we're going to do an overhead pass if there was a line out to be played. The first thing to remember, whenever you're starting from your hip, whatever hip you're starting from, right hip, right hand on top. So I'm going from my right hip, my right hand is on top, and my left hand is on the bottom, just as though you are holding an egg. When you come from your right hip, come across your body, just as so, and when you see your target, you release right at the area that you want them to catch the ball at. So remember, right hip, right hand, come across your body, and release right where you want that ball to go. The next thing we're going to work on is taking a step. So just as we did, right hand, right hip, take one step, and just as you turned your hips before, we're going to turn our hips now. Key to work on with your hips, that gives you more momentum, because in rugby, your passes have to be either lateral or behind you. They cannot go forward. So take one step, come from your right hip, come across, and pass. Now we're going to go from the left side. So just as we did before, left hip, left hand is on the top, right hand is on the bottom, just as you can see here. So we come left hip, straight across your body, straighten your arms, and right where you want that to go, you release right at the target. So if I wanted this ball to go more towards David's head, I would release at a higher angle. If I want it to go at his waist, I would release right at his waist. This is all dependent on the preference of the player getting the ball, which, as your teammate, they would tell you where they would like that ball. So for this, just to show you where you would release at, I'm going to release for a higher pass towards his head. So left hip, left hand, come across the body, and you would release higher. Now we're going to take the step with it also. So this time, you're taking your right foot, taking one step, turning with your hips just as you normally would, coming across your body, and releasing. So in one motion, it would look like this. The last pass that we're going to work on is an overhead pass, which you would use for a line-out. Now a line-out is when you have 2 teams that come together and they hoist someone up in the air. There is a middle section, it's kind of like a no man's land, where both teams can lean at the hip and try and bat that ball over to their side. The person throwing the ball in is going to do a pass such as this. They have a ball, and if you are left-handed or right-handed, your hand positions will be different, but essentially it is just as so. You take this ball, and kind of like a soccer throw-in, you take a step forward, or if you prefer to just use your core muscles and your back muscles along with your arms to throw forward, you can. When you do this, you will place one hand just as you're passing towards the back, one hand towards the front, and you will come straight over your head and pass right down the middle of the tunnel, which would be both of your teams lined up as so. So, one more time, this one we're going to do with a step. You take one step, you come right across your head, and you pass. Now you might notice a spin. That's just from taking your hands and rotating them as you pass the ball. So I'm just rotating like that. A ball does not have to spin in order for it to be in fair play. As long as it gets there and it's right down the tunnel, you're fine. So, this is Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for rugby, and I'm thankful for my family. And now, you can go out and play rugby with your friends and family.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching.